Kishore and Ms. Tithi. Anand sir, I think shall we start after 2 minutes because people are still joining.
Yes, definitely. If we feel we can definitely start.
Okay.
In the meantime, let me share the PPT so we can check uh, as well.
Sure, please.
It's visible now.
Yeah.
I'm ready whenever we feel that yes, if we need to
We'll
start,
just start in next 2 minutes.
please.
Okay, fine. So I think it's time to start the things. So, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. I am in front of you today with immense pleasure and gratitude as we gather here to embark on a journey of learning, growth, and collaboration. On behalf of SEPC, I extend a warm welcome to each one of you to this webinar on emerging opportunities in Australia for services exporters. We are immensely honored to have Mr. Anand Mirani, sir, who is a trainer and consultant by profession, international business, as our today's speaker. And he's having more than 12 years of experience practicing as a strategic and legal business advisor, consultant, and corporate trainer with a passion to empower manufacturers, exporters, and importers and merchant traders to develop and grow and effectively manage the international business. We would also like to welcome Mr. Kishore Mamidala, Mr. Palash Parekh, and Ms. Tithi Das from ICICI Bank. This webinar aims to provide a space for all of us to come together and strengthen our skills, cultivate new ideas, and open doors to endless possibilities. We firmly believe that the learning is a lifelong process, and this webinar serves as a perfect opportunity for us to expand our horizons and explore new frontiers. As we delve into a plethora of this topic and today's subject, I invite you all to actively participate, ask questions, and share your thoughts. And remember one thing, that this webinar is not just about absorbing information, but about embracing the opportunity to engage in meaningful conversations that challenge and broaden our perspectives. Once again, a warm welcome to each and every one of you. Let's make the most of this webinar and let it be an enriching and fulfilling experience for all. Thank you, and over to you, Mirani sir.
Namaskar, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's like, sir, feeling like a home. Working with SEPC, it's like, feeling like home, coming back. And it is really good that the new financial year started with this kind of program. So really, it's an amazing and exciting feeling. Thank you, Mayank from SEPC, and thank you, Kishorji, and entire ICICI Bank team for organizing, such an uh, really learning sessions for the fraternity. It's really amazing. I really appreciate Kishorji, Titi Palashji, and all other team in the back from the ICICI Bank. They're doing really an amazing thing for the industry. Really appreciate this. And last not but least,
Thank you,
all the
Anandji. Thank you.
participants, all the participants. I really appreciate that in the era of the plethora of the information, you people are here to learn something. In the era of 21st century, where we are bombarding with the information, and you guys are here to learn something. You are, instead of investing something, sitting in some other place, and you are investing your time, energy for the learning. I really appreciate and really thank you and acknowledging your learning spirit. And it is my commitment that yes, I'll give 100% for this. So let's begin this journey, and I'll be sharing this PPT to ICICI Bank, and in turn, it will be sharing to all of you. Any of the questions, definitely we have a separate Q&A sessions, but any very critical question, definitely please hold me. So we can definitely try to, within the whatever the limited time we have. So let's start the today's topic. So emerging opportunities in Australia. So this is also one of the series of our programs of with the CIS country, with Latin America, and now this Australia as well. So I think if someone is coming on this second time of this program, I'll be discussing about, we have 227 countries in globally politically recognized. Otherwise, it is 252 countries, but politically recognized is 227. 25 countries are not accepted and that as an organized society, you can so. So out of 227, India is having a 201 country. We have a diplomatic relationship with 201 country. Why I am discussing this? Because these are the market where you are supposed to target for your future markets, or these are your future markets, you can say so. So out of that one, that is pilgrimage place, Vatican City. So your target market is 200. And why I am discussing this about market? So whenever you are marketing any of the product, you should have the basic information. What are my target market and how it is working and whatnot. So out of this 200, your target market, now with the latest update, there is a 20 free trade agreement. India is having a 20 free trade agreement with this out of 200 country, and 107 preferential trade agreements. So free trade agreement, there is a concessional or zero duty on product, whatever importing and exporting. You are doing business with any of this country. And in preferential trade, there is a concessional rate of duties. What are the selected products? So your product will be more cost effective if you are exporting, and you will be paying a zero duty or concessional duty, what are the product or goods we are importing. And why I am discussing in this forum or in the place where all are exporting goods or services or taking some services. But to run your business, you may end up importing some of the goods, some of the part or raw material to perform your services. So please keep this in mind that yes, there is a possibility, there is an opportunity of reducing your cost. So this is just the dimension related to this. Very soon we'll be having another 40 free trade agreement that is in line. we have a free trade agreement with Australia. It is very one of the comprehensive free trade agreement with India and Australia. So please leverage those elements of this if you wish to import some of the product, raw material or equipments from Australia, or you are exporting something. Before going around, let me quickly share these are the 5 key elements of the international business. Why I'm categorically mentioning international business. International business, it's all about the exports and import both. And these are the 5 key knowledge area or 5 key elements that is mostly neglected, and majority of the business problem, people are either not getting the leveraging, they are not able to get through, or maybe they are facing some challenges because of this 5 key element. And out of this 3 key element, that is foreign trade policy, customs and exchange control regulations. Very quickly we touch upon this. Foreign trade policy effective from 1st April 2023. The out of this entire last more than 20 years or 70 years of foreign trade policy, this is the very first time there is no sunset, there is no end date of this foreign trade policy. This is one of the unique feature of this, and you must be everybody knowing about this. This is the intentionally it is being done. So any of the change modification is happening all around the world, we have the flexibility, we should have the ability to change and modify it. And now my invitation to all of you that please go to DGFT website and download chapter 1A and chapter 2 of foreign trade policy. I repeat, go to DGFT website, please download chapter 1A and chapter 2 of foreign trade policy and same chapter of handbook of procedures. It is very much available on the DGFT website. This is really an amazing solution, you may find it. Rest of all the chapters that will be there as per your need basis or whatever the area you are working in. Another chapter, that is chapter number 11, that is all about the definition. Total 63 definitions are there in the new foreign trade policy. And one of the definition will be going into detail, that is service and service provider. Amazing solutions, amazing strategy you can design based on this foreign trade policy. Another critical area, that is customs. Though you are not into the physical export, but again, there are multiple other solutions, multiple other good provisions there as a part of the customs. Some of the product can be imported as a zero duty, may be useful for your performing or giving some services in other part of the world. So be very careful, be watchful about those elements. Exchange control regulations, another key area, key dimensions that we'll be going very briefly about this in the next part of the process. But yes, related to your transactions, whenever dealing with exporting your services, or maybe you are receiving some services from other part of the world. So be very careful about it. Exchange control regulations, it's very critical. Anyway, though it is not a part of your logistics and risk management, again, a missing link in the entire international business environment. So my sincere request to all of you that, and this all 5 key element makes the international business, and you cannot work in the silos, whether you are into service or you are into the physical exports or imports. Going forward, very straight, this definition that is there as a part in the part of foreign trade policy in chapter 11. This is a definition of services. Many of the time we feel that services means what, or what do you mean by services? So something is really not tangible or what. So yes, we cannot work on that way. If you are into the international business, please make sure that you follow and you take all your decision based on the decision and not from the perception, not from the Google, or not from the any of the descriptions. You may end up in a very big challenges, or maybe big situation will be there. It will be very challenging. Take all the decisions, especially in the international business, that is based on the definition. And what the definition says about the foreign trade policy, that is service. Services includes all tradable services covered under general trade, general agreement on trade in services, GATS, and earning free foreign exchange. And if you observe that free foreign exchange, I have highlighted this. Why? I'll definitely share it. This is a very unique services definition that it's generally start with something else. Or maybe if you observe, majority of the time definitions start with the word means. It's very peculiar about this. And there is an agreement with the World Trade Agreement, World Trade Organization, and there are total 162 services are there listed into it, and that is considered as an services. So please go to the DGFT website and you can download that and you can explore so many good services are there. There is a potential of you can provide those solutions to the other part of the world. Now, another important and critical definition, if you are a service provider, so how you can classify yourself as a service provider? So there is also a definition that whether you are a service provider or not, and we can definitely identify. So there are four type or four different category of the service it's been defined, especially in the foreign trade policy that is on 1152. That is service provider means a person providing a supply of a service from India to any other country. You can say a cross-border trade, very specific in Chapter 9 of Foreign Trade Policy, cross-border services, cross-border trade. It is really highlighted. So many of the companies, they are providing some services based in here and to the another country. So that is considered as a cross-border trade or cross-border service. Second category or second mode of service as a service provider. What is that? That is a supply of a service from India to service consumers of any other country. So either you are sitting here and you are giving some services to any other person, any other consumer in the other part of the world. Maybe BPO service, KPO services, and here people are sitting here and providing services to the other part of the world, consumer directly. On the opposite hand, any of the foreign nationals visiting India using these hospital services, using the hotel services. So that is also part of the person. People are there coming into India and they are taking the Indian services or the hospitality services based in India. That is also there. Service of a supply of a service from India through commercial presence in other country. So if you are into the machine tool company or any other organization or your software company or any of the IT services or IT solutions and any of the representative from your organization, they are there and providing some installation services or any other services in the other country. So that is there, it is a commercial presence. And the fourth and the last category, that is supply of a service from India through the presence of a natural person in any other country. So maybe you have the offices there or maybe your company representative will be there. So presence of a natural person is there. And if they are providing any of the services, it is considered as a service provider. So these are the four category of the service provider. You may be falling into one or maybe sometime one or more, and you are considered as a service provider. Now, as discussed about the exchange control regulations, and that is governed by the FEMA regulations. Though you are not there on the physical side of the exports, definitely Kishorji will be agreed that if you are into physical export, there are some of the compliance in some of the conditions that if you are exporting or importing any of the product, then there are some compliances there, ADF form and SDF form and so on and so forth. But since you are into the service, there are some of the also compliance are there. What are that related to the FEMA guidelines, related to this, your services? We'll definitely discuss this. And those are the guidelines. It is there as a part of the FEMA guidelines. And it is a part, one of the critical part, that is master direction of export of goods and services. And there is another master direction, that is master direction of import of goods and services. My sincere request and invitation to all of you that please go to RBI website and download both the master directions. Go to RBI websites and you can definitely find it. And recently RBI had revamped the entire website. So it's really amazing. Go there and download both the master direction. We'll quickly go through the some of the important element of this. It is a regulatory framework. So exports of goods and services from India is governed by the Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999, and various notifications and regulations are there under the Reserve Bank of India. RBI issues the direction to the authorized dealer. Authorized dealer means your bank, means ICICI Bank or any of your bank. It's your authorized dealer. RBI have authorized them to deal with the foreign currency. So they are the authorized dealer. There are some general provisions and everything is there, but very specific, we discuss about EDF and Softex. It details procedure for the exporting goods through the custom ports, EDI ports, postal systems, and specific cases like mid-sea transit shipments and software exports. It also includes the guidelines for the using specific identification numbers and procedures for exporting services as well. Very specific if you are exporting a goods and if you are exporting softwares. So there is a provision of SDF form or EDF form and Softex forms. But there is no specific conditions if you are exporting services. Let's see what is there. There are some academic information are definitely there as a part, maybe useful for you. This is a really important and critical for us. It is a part of the master direction of export of goods and services. Let me read it out for you. It is clarified that in respect of the export of services to which none of the forms specified in these regulations apply, the exporter may export such services without furnishing any declaration, but shall be liable to realize the amount of foreign exchange with which become due or accrues on account of such exports, and to repatriate the same to India in accordance with the provisions of the Act and these regulations, as also other rules and regulations made under the Act. As we discuss, if you are into the physical exports or physical imports, definitely you will be exporting, the shipping will be generated, and then you are giving some conditions and undertaking, and in the shipping bill itself that it is your responsibility that you will be taking the giving your writing in a writing written format to the custom department. At the same time, you are giving a confirmation to the RBA as well. But if you are into the service export, there is no declaration, there is no format. If you are exporting software as well, there is a software form. But in the service export, there is no format is there. There is no form and formality. There is no very specific compliance. It is there. It is very much clear in this para. So now it is your responsibility to realize the payment back to India, whatever the invoices you are generating. So this is just a very, very important and critical para. I feel that I should share with you, so that may be useful to you. Now, straight away to this our today's target market, that is Australia, and why we are discussing about the Australia. So everywhere post-COVID, the entire geopolitical and commercials and every environment is changed, and no country is spared for it. And Australia is also maybe some of the positive side and maybe some of the negative side in there. But with considering to the India and specific to service industry and the other physical exports, Australia is also one of the biggest potential exponential opportunity market for Indian export of goods and services. Post pandemic, there is an amazing transformation is happening. So let's quickly go through it very quickly. So it is also one of the cost effective business environment is there compared to the other developed environment. It's a pool of the multifaceted talent. So in Australia, you'll definitely find some of the amazing pool of talent there. Synergy with the global market is also there. So Australia is a market, Australia is a place, Australia is a country where it is really synergized with the global change and modification itself. So it's really up to date. It's a really an amazing market. So if you consider this the mosaic of the distinctive feature, that is cultural diversity, it is also there. So many Indian and the population is also there. So many people are there all over the world for the academic and everything. Australia is also one of the biggest market for the economic environment. So cultural diversity is also there. Economic dynamism is also there. Governments and stability. Yes, each and every political and each and every government, each and every country, there have some turbulence in the geopolitical situation or the local politics, definitely. But compared to any other country, Australia is far more better, stable, and stability is there. And any of the stability in the government environment that gives an opportunity for the growth and prosperity. And the environment and the urban allure is also there. So this is also one of the key factor for this. Now, what kind of services, what kind of opportunities are there very specific to Australia? So let's quickly understand about the basic industry specific or likewise financial services. So foreign exchange services, exchange rate and interest rate instruments also there. Transferable security is also there. Participation in issues in security, money broking, asset management services. Anywhere, in whatever the country, there is some development, transformation, infrastructural development is going on. Those are the also service industry that is also flourishing. Custodial depository service is also there. Advisory, intermediary services, and auxiliary financial services. It's really flourishing like anything in specifically to the Australia. Another key that is telecommunication. In every part of the world, this is one of the key industry, key sector that is flourishing, growing like anything, left, right, and center, because the technology is there. Thanks to technology, that I am able to communicate you all over the people, thanks to technology. So all this industry directly, indirectly related to the telecommunication that is growing like anything. So access to the end use of public telecommunication network is also there. Lease circuits and computer reservation systems and many other services related to telecommunication that also converted into the setting of the towers and whatnot that is related to the telecommunication. Once this kind of services will be there, infrastructure development will be there, there is a stability in that environment, definitely people need professionals. People need professional for the development, for the advisory services, for the legal service. Business is growing, then people are moving from the non-standard accounting process to the professional accounting processes. People are going from the professional to the, they are preparing themselves for the IPOs and everything. So those kind of accounting services is also there. Management consultancy will be there. This is the one of the biggest industry, management consulting. This is there all over the world. Architectural services is also there. Engineering. In engineering and architectural, this is something really booming like anything. Yes, medical and the dental services also there. So those are the professional services, and many of the professionals, they are providing services sitting there in their office, giving some advisory services from their home. Thanks to technology, thanks to Zoom or in multiple other technological solutions. Foreign investments. Nowadays, every country is investing their money on the other country. Investments is going on. There are few leading industries, conglomerate and the leading business houses from India. They have invested heavily in Australia. Many of the industrial houses from Australia, they are investing into India. So it's like, collaboration is going on here and there, coming and out. So ease of entry is also there, regulatory clarity is there, protection of investment is also there, transfer of funds, there is a, because of the transparency, because of this regulatory framework and ease of entry, transfer of fund is really easy. Sector specific opportunities also there, collaborative opportunities are also there. So you may be in the one industry and then there is a possibility of the collaboration with the other industry as well. Maybe you are one of the biggest company here in, executing some EPC projects, maybe in solar or maybe another sector. You have a really good opportunity based in Australia, or maybe you have a JV from a particular company based in Australia and you can organize something here as well. Innovation and technology transfer and whatnot. Though is not part of you as a part of the physical export, but I feel that let me discuss about this. This is all about the whenever you are dealing with the physical products, then definitely certificate of origin will be definitely needed. So I think that let me take this piece of this physical export part, because you may be importing any of the technological product or any of the equipment from any other part of the world, and if it is a part of the free trade agreement, then there is a possibility of reduction in the duty or zero duty. So what do you mean by country of origin, or what do you mean by certificate of origin? So whenever you are exporting and importing, you will be giving a certificate of origin, and certificate origin or a country of origin, it's divided into two parts. One is preferential and the second is non-preferential. So it's one side. On the preferential side, it is an exemption or the concessional of duty. So whatever the normal rate of the duty will be there, it is not there. Either it's a zero or there is a discount in the import duty. This certificate of origin issued by the government of India and authorized or the designated authority like Export Inspection Agency, DGFT, or any other organization, maybe a few as well, maybe in some part of SEPC is also maybe there for issuing this certificate of origin. On the other hand, there is a non-preferential preferential certificate of origin. It is attract normal duty only, but and issued by any of the local chamber. But sometimes any of the importing country want to make sure the certificate of origin or country of origin of the product. So to ensure this, they may ask this, though there is no benefit on the duty. So if you are importing any of the product or any other equipment may be using for your services, please explore this 20 free trade agreement country and 107 free trade agreement, preferential trade agreement country. You may be overall, reduce. There may be reduction in overall lending cost of your product. So that is a good saving. So let me share this. So this is a part of it. Three categories there. Country of manufacture. So yes, certificate of origin. India is manufacturing, and you are exporting from India itself. So that is a part of one that yes, from the manufacturing company it is exported. Country of shipment. You may have experienced that sometime if you have bought something from UAE, certificate origin is made in UAE or any of the chamber of commerce from the UAE. But the moment you open up the product, it is a product is made in Thailand, made in Taiwan, or made in China, then how this exporter, they are getting the certificate origin from any of the UAE chamber? Yes, it is a country of shipment. In those cases, yes, definitely you will not get the benefit of the duty. It is a proof of that it is shipped for this particular country. Country of value addition. So any of the product is being exported to one country, that country, particular country, add some value, maybe some pricing, or maybe adding a price, and they are exporting. So that is another dimension of country of value addition. This is just a part of it. So these are three category. India, Australia free trade requirement, and this is basic information is there. It's just information for this physical product. Why Australia, and we consider anyway, we discuss about some of the emerging markets, but it's a let's quickly discuss about it's a robust economic foundation is there. There are variety of services industries that is applicable specific related to India. There is a lots of opportunity for each and every services based in here in India. Almost every industry there is a potential there. Advancing free trade. After every year, there is a advancement, there is a modification, there is a change in the free trade agreement. So that is also one of the part. Political steadiness, both the side. So that is also there. Academic and cultural connections. So many of our family members and their son and daughter, they may have studied there, and Australia is one of the more preferred destination for the advanced study. So that is also one of the another connection based to the Australia. So that is also there. Community of anyway in the entire world, you may find Indian community and presence there. But compared to another any other locations, basically, so if you compare from the Latin America and the Australia, Indian community, definitely you will find more. So that is also one of the key element and strategic point to enter into the Australia. Strengthening mutual trade ties. The more we are engaged into the free trade agreement, the more we are, having a trade, and the trust is building up on day by day. So that is also helping the other industry, other sectors, and the service providers and other segment of the industry to penetrate, particularly in the Australian markets. And the key hub for the market expansion is there, and prospects for the investments, both the ways. So with respect to India, many of the companies there are there for the investment, and Australian companies are there really interested to invest in India as well. So it's a both ways. Gateway to technological advancements, synergetic market dynamics is also there, multifaceted market potential, so on and so forth. This is so many points are there just for your information. It is there. Common language advantage. So there is no very specific language barrier compared to any other international market. So it's very means the English is a very basic and normal language that compared to Latin America or compared to any other market. In Australia, you don't face any problem with related to language. So if we discuss everything about this, then yes, everything is not rosy. There are definitely challenges, barriers, and it will be there. So market entry barriers. So whatever the ways market seems really open and everything, but definitely there is some barriers are also there, maybe in terms of compliance and maybe any other terms. So definitely it is a kind of entry barrier. So the low standard or the any of the people, they don't want to give a cheap services, they cannot enter. So each and every market they have their own typical barrier. So everybody cannot enter into the market. So that market barrier is there. The the more organized and the more structured organized market is there, definitely regulatory complexity will be definitely there. Competitive local market, in everywhere market is there and there is a competition is also there. So competitive, so local market is also equally capable. So when you are entering, be prepared that you will be definitely competing not all over the world, but local market is also equally competitive, equally giving some sense. One of the key limitation what I believe about that is the distance and logistics equal to the Latin America or many other locations, maybe some services related to Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, or maybe Eastern Africa. Compared to that, the distance and logistics environment is really comparatively you need to keeping in mind. Environment regulations, yes, it's very tough. So you have to keep that in mind. Labor market constraint, any of the developing market, definitely you will have a labor market constraint because of the some rules, regulatory compliances. So labor market is the moment the environment or market environment is regulated, structured, then definitely you may find some challenges related to the labor market. For example, compare this labor market to Australia or any other thing compared to African environment. So because of there is no regulatory complexity is also there. So labor market is really available, but the risk are something different. Market के अंदर वहां पर risk अलग है. So yes, if you may get this, you may not get this. Cultural adaptation, intellectual property protection. Yes, you have to be very careful. So be very careful about your intellectual property. Foreign exchange. In every market, foreign exchange risk is always there. We'll be discussing something. Technological integration. This is also one of the, in some of the part or some of the product, they are more advanced in the technology. So you may find some challenges in terms of technological integrations. So this is some of the historical day I personally consider, that is on 11th January. Though Austria is not open up for this and this international trade settlement in Indian rupees, I take this topic and take this circular in each and every seminar or webinar. This is really a game changer regulations effective from July 11, 2022. though there is a real opportunity will become very specific to Australia, but please be open-minded about, and very specific. I mentioned during the definition of the services that if you are rendering any of the services and if you are getting free foreign exchange, then and then it is considered as a service. But from July 11, 2022, this definition is changed. Whatever the product you are exporting, and if you are getting Indian currency in return, or your payment will be, you can get the payment in Indian currency as well. So this is there, and it is really a game changer. More than 20 countries are there in line. Russia is also happening. Many other countries, they are, started doing, and we are on the experimenting mode. It's a very long-term journey, but yes, a small and baby step is already started. The Russian bank, Suburb Bank of Russia, they have already their branches in Delhi and in Mumbai as well. And as per my knowledge and discussion with them, almost more than 500 plus transactions they are doing based in Delhi. And this is all in the local currency. So rupee ruble transaction, it is already happening. It is started. Yes, it's a very long journey. But whenever you are doing this export of services, keep this in mind, keep this track, your target market, not only limited to the Australia, whatever the target market you are keeping in, and the moment there is an opportunity of dealing or international trade in Indian currency, it's a really game changer opportunity. You will get all kind of export incentives and everything, though it is exported and the payment is realized in Indian currency. This is very specific to the goods, but they forget, or I'm not sure what has happened, but they have not changed and modified the definition of services. So this is some leg we already initiated. And मयंक जी आपसे भी एक निवेदन है, whenever in the core committee meeting or something, if you can raise this question, that if we can modify this definition. So for example, if any of the person have exported something and they have received in Indian currency, if very specific to Russia, so as per definition, it may not consider as an services.
Sure.
So this is a really game changer. Opportunity is there. So you can do invoicing in rupee currency. So cross-border transactions in INR, we follow FEMA guidelines, and so this is just a very crux of this entire structure. Just basic information is also there. This is a way forward. Now I'm just resting my session and I'm open for the Q&A, but over to you, Mayank. Let's hear from the ICICI Bank, and then we can have a Q&A.
Okay. So yes, Mr. Kishore can take it forward.
Yeah. Thanks, Anandji, for an exhaustive session on exports to Australia. As usual, your session was comprehensive and covered everything which is required for new exporters as well as exporters who are doing to other countries as well. Let me just present my screen. Just confirm if it is up. Is it visible?
Not visible.
Not visible.
One moment. Is it coming up?
Yeah, now it is visible.
It is visible, right? Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon all. Just wanted to take you through the proposition, ICICI Bank's proposition on making an exporter's journey easy in terms of banking transactions. So what is our proposition? I'll just quickly take you through what we can do in terms of getting your transactions processed easily and all your compliances being handled separately without any hassle to you, and also ensure that your bandwidth is spent on a much more important job of procuring business and handling business. So these are the typical challenges for any business, typically an exporter importer, because local domestic transactions do not have that kind of complexity as compared to your import export transactions. So what are these challenges? You have to run against time to submit documents in branch. Typically bank branches have limited are open for limited time, and then you have to run through and get the documents into the bank branch so that your transaction happens on that particular day when you want the transaction to wonder whom to contact at branch. There are multiple people at branches, so who is handling which particular transaction you will not know, and it is again a challenge for you to understand whom you have to reach out to in case of requirement. High transaction charges. There is no specialist advisory services. Anxious to get your swift copy, typically a confirmation that your transaction has happened, and pre and post transaction compliance support. So these are typical things which a typical importer exporter looks forward from a bank. So these are all things which we kept in mind while we give you this proposition. The proposition is a simple digital solution where everything happens digitally. Import export transactions are typically document intensive, but here we say that everything is scanned and uploaded. There is no physical document, no paper to be submitted to the bank branch. You have a solution in terms of seeing all your transactions in one place, one single screen. You will see what is happening, what has happened, and what you have to do in future. So everything is in on your screen in front of you, so that you handle things at the appropriate time. Turnaround time, again, foreign exchange transactions are again time sensitive. If your transaction doesn't happen today the forex dollar rate is 82, and for an import transaction tomorrow it becomes 84. So that loss will be huge when the transaction volume or value is huge. So you are looking at the transactions getting completed within the same day, and also sometimes the timelines of the overseas party and your timelines may have uh, a restriction that you have to complete within 1 hour and then confirm to the overseas party, so that he initiates the shipment or he initiates certain other thing immediately. So timelines are again, we commit shortest timelines in terms of handling these transactions. Innovative products for instant credit of your trade credit, exporters packing credit. This is again a unique proposition which we have given, where the credit happens instantly into your account. Typically, trade credit takes 2-3 days, even if you are going to a large bank where everything is set, all the processes are set. But there also you will see the transaction happens in 2-3 days. But here we have shortest timelines in terms of handling these transactions. Innovative products for instant credit of
Kishore, your voice is not coming.
Am I audible now?
Yes, now you are audible.
Yeah, I think it just got
Yeah.
reconnected, so I was muted for some time. So one globe trade account, as I was telling, this is a exclusive account for customers who are handling in foreign exchange, who are handling transactions in foreign exchange. So here we have preferential pricing. You can choose your account number. You have a dedicated relationship manager who will be available on call, on visit, for any requirement of yours. Fungibility between maintenance of average balance as well as monthly throughput. If you have a monthly throughput of, for an example, 25,000 USD, you don't need to maintain the balance in your account, and there is no monthly charges where you're not maintaining your balance. Also, for those exporters who are also looking at capital account transactions, who are inviting foreign direct investment, or who are trying to set up their own wholly owned subsidiary overseas. So these capital account transactions typically require advisory services. Again, we have these in place. You have a local advisor who can suggest you ways to handle such transactions, from pre-transaction to post-transaction compliance. Everything is handled. Everything is you are being handled for every such transaction. And we also have a team sitting in Mumbai who will assist in case of further requirement. Forex solutions, hedging solutions, we have a treasury team sitting in all the major cities and helping you in ensuring that you hedge your foreign exchange for against future losses. Also, you get the best of the rates for your transactions which are happening currently. So this is a platform which I was talking about. This is Trade Online, where every transaction which is import or export transaction is enabled on this particular platform. You can do it from anywhere and anytime. So there is no time restriction, there is no place restriction. You can sit in your office, you can do it. You can sit in your car and open your InstaBiz application from your mobile and do your transaction. You can settle your remittance. You know that there is a remittance which has come in. You want to settle, and the time is around 9 o'clock in the night. You can settle it, though the rates are not available at that point of time. Whenever the rates are available, your remittance gets settled and gets credited into your account. So all these transactions which I show on the screen are enabled on the Trade Online platform. On the import side, you have all import payments enabled, import bill regularization enabled, which is a compliance, regulatory compliance part. Letter of credit issuance, application for a letter of credit is enabled, import collection bills are enabled, and all service payments. Similarly, on the export side, you have inward remittances. All the inward remittances can be settled online. Only for those cases where additional documentation is required, you are called for and asked for those documents. But otherwise, everything which is settled without a document requirement gets settled in your account within 10 minutes. Export bill regularization happens for those customers who are dealing with typically this segment. You don't have this export bill regularization. Sir. Yeah. The video is not visible. Video, I have a bandwidth issue. That is why I didn't switch on the video, sir. Okay. Yeah. So export bill regularization, this particular set of people may not have this export bill regularization, but currently there is a new process which is self-generation of EBRC. Those service exporters who would want to get an EBRC issued, currently the process has changed. All the remittances which are received under service purpose codes are also being uploaded into DGFT website. You can go get your EBRC generated on. This is a new initiative from DGFT, self-generation of EBRC, for which we have also been a part of the pilot project, and we have started uploading remittances from February 1st onwards. So export credit, as I suggested, and export collection bills can be handled. Bank guarantee issuance also can be handled. As I said, there is no setup cost here. All transactions can be paperless unless there is a regulatory document which has to be submitted in physical form. Quick turnaround time, because there is no intermediary of bank branch. You don't need to go travel to a bank branch, give your documents. The bank branch will initiate a transaction, then comes back to you, asks for further document. You will have to go back and submit the document. All this is cut down. You initiate a transaction, you know where it is, you know if there is any requirement, you upload those documents again, and then your transaction gets processed within that much of a time. Available round the clock, there is no restriction. As I said, any time in the day, any time in the night, you can initiate transaction. Obviously, since there is a rate restriction, the transactions are done, processed only when the rates are available. Audit trail of documents, all the documents which you upload are available in your login, and you can retrieve anytime you want to take it. So these are unique features. I'm not going in detail. As I said, the main feature, single view dashboard, you will see everything on your screen. Whatever transactions you have processed, what transactions are under process, what are the regulatory compliances which you need to attend to. Everything is available on a single dashboard. You open your dashboard, you see what is happening in your account. Bill regularization. This is again first bank to initiate this on Trade Online platform, where you regularize your shipping bills and bills of entry as and when those transactions are complete. Custom alerts, payment scheduler, no account view. Again, this no account view is for those customers who are apprehensive of showing their financial transactions to their team who only does regulatory compliance closures. So there is a separate access for teams who don't have to watch your transactions, financial transactions. They only do a regulatory compliance closure. So this is what your dashboard looks like. Action awaited, my transactions which are already processed, trade compliance dependencies, etc. Everything on a single screen. You just open this and you will know what is happening in your entity. So timelines, these are timelines which are on the upper limit, but a lot of 99% of the time we do the transactions much before these times specified. So instant inward remittance, as I said, your remittance, whenever you are looking at your remittance at your dashboard and you see that there is a remittance pending for settlement, you just settle it. If the rates are available and you take a rate and give the deal ID, the remittance gets settled and credited into your current account within 10 minutes, sharp 10 minutes. Sometimes it is much lesser than that. So reflects in CIB and InstaBiz app. So on desktop or laptop on CIB application, on InstaBiz on mobile application, when remittance is received, you get an alert and you go open your InstaBiz application and then settle it, and under the relevant purpose code, if there are no further documentations being asked, your account gets credited instantly. Also, instant EFC conversion, those customers who have an EFC account in various currencies opened so that you hedge your foreign exchange for any fluctuations in rates, and you want the amount which is allowing in EFC account to be converted and credited into your current account, that happens also instantly. You just go settle the EFC account and give your current account for credit, the amount gets credited instantly. So these are the accounts, the variants which we have: trade basic, where 5,000 monthly throughput, 5,000 USD monthly throughput, or 50,000 monthly average balance. Trade gold 20,000 and 1 lakh MAB. Trade platinum USD 80,000 monthly throughput in foreign currency and 5 lakh MAB or 5 lakh MAB. So these are the accounts which are available. Currently, we have EFC account enabled in 24 currencies, special foreign currency account for entities based in SEZ in 18 currencies, and diamond dollar accounts, again, it's irrelevant here. So these are the account variants which we have. You can choose basis your transaction volume. Also, we have working capital facilities. Again, these can be initiated through your InstaBiz app also. Unsecured overdraft, typically again unsecured secured facility. We have multiple secured facilities available: seamless documentation, digital document execution, e-signature, e-stamping in a single flow. Bank guarantee, again, for those customers who would require bank guarantees, this is also an online process. Though if the bank guarantee physically has to be collected, you need to go once to collect the physical bank guarantee, but otherwise all the initiation, processing, everything happens online. You initiate a transaction online, trade on your trade online platform, it gets processed, and within 3 hours your physical bank guarantee gets created, and you will go collect the physical bank guarantee. Also, we have enabled for eligible beneficiaries who are onboarded on NESL platform for issuance of electronic bank guarantee. This is again a new initiative where customers need not have a physical bank guarantee printed and taken and submitted to the beneficiaries. There are multiple beneficiaries who are already onboarded onto NESL platform. So for those customers, we can issue electronic bank guarantee. This is again paperless transaction where you initiate a transaction, your bank guarantee gets issued and uploaded into NESL platform. eSoftex for all software exporters. Again, this is another platform linked to your trade online portal, where you can, the entire journey of Softex certification happens online. Your invoice generation, your Softex certification, your Softex filing, your Softex certification, and the regularization of your export bill with the Softex, which is uploaded into the system. So everything happens online. Get your EBRC
Mr. Kishore, no voice.
Yes, no voice is there.
Mr. Palash, can you ask him?
or
Shall we
physical goods
proceed
export.
further
EBRC
with the
can be
question answer?
shipment is done. You upload details are uploaded on the same day. Next day it starts reflect your shipping bill where the remittances are received. Your EBRC will, as I say. So capital at all major cities, and also we have teams support you. I am able to. Am I audible now? Am I hello? Am I audible?
Kishore sir, you are audible, and I'm also sharing my screen. So you,
Acha, my screen is
if you
not.
wanna,
My
yeah,
screen. Acha, my screen is not visible, right?
I have shared my screen, sir.
Acha, okay. Now you. Yes, yes. You put it on slideshow mode. Yeah, as I said, capital account transactions. Am I audible now? Is it audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. You are audible.
Yeah. Sorry, there was a bandwidth issue. I'm sorry for the technical issue. So as I said, capital account transactions, we have two dedicated teams, one at sitting at Mumbai with all chartered accountants on board. So where the pre-transaction, transaction and post-transaction support is given, and also we have local teams who are sitting out of major cities who will assist you in all your capital account transactions. Yeah, move ahead, Palash. So these are for domestic transactions. Again, while I talk all about foreign exchange transactions, the domestic transactions are also completely supported through InstaBiz application, your merchant account, easy pay solutions, and merchant OD, instant settlement for POS machines, etc., etc. Yeah, go forward. So this is the application which I was talking about, InstaBiz application, where you can initiate transactions on the go, trade transactions as well. Again, this is another solution which we have given earlier. The solution, trade online solution, was only available on laptop or desktop. Now we have integrated into InstaBiz application where you can initiate all your transactions online. Also, this is an integrated platform with application with around 120 features as I talk now. So this also includes personal banking. Typically, your corporate banking application will not have personal banking enabled on it. Here, we have also integrated personal banking where the entities are managed by a single person. So the person's personal banking also can be done through this InstaBiz application. Yeah, go forward. Palash, next. So while we strive to give you the best of our services, we are being felicitated at various platforms. Best retail bank in India, best in treasury and working capital, best services, model bank of the year, bank of the year. These are some of the felicitations which we have received, but ultimately we look forward to giving the best of the services to you and make your banking journey easier. And typically for exporters and importers, it is much more important for you to spend more time on your core business rather than spending your time on banking transactions, where you lose time and you also again are penalized for not following the regulatory or not adhering to the regulatory compliances. We assist to do everything: transaction processing, regulatory compliance, and we also ensure that your domestic transactions are also taken care of. So that's it from our side. Thank you for giving us an opportunity. Mayank sir, I'm done with.
So shall we proceed further with the question and answer round with
Yes, yes,
Mirani sir?
yes.
So yeah, Digamba, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, kindly please allow one by one those who are raising their hands. Hello.
Open the form.
Yeah, my question is for ICICI. There is a lot of issues sometimes when we are like doing any service business in foreign country and this the holding is 100% in our name. So that time the account openings and all those things becomes a major issue. So is ICICI supporting such kind of accounts in foreign countries?
Wherever we have presence, like New York, Texas, all those places where we have presence, we also assist in getting your accounts opened there, sir. So you need to tell us in which country you are doing your operations, and accordingly we can guide you and get you assisted through our branches there.
Perfect. So do you have any presence in Singapore also?
Singapore also we do have.
Could you help me connecting with right person over
Yeah.
there?
You can message us. We will take it forward.
Perfect.
Palash, you can take Mr. Bhupendra's name.
Yes, the person with the name AE. Kindly please speak.
Adishri, yes, Adishri this side.
Okay, Adishri ma'am.
Hello, Mayanji. So thank you so much to the SEPC team and Mr. Sharma for organizing this wonderful session today. My question is for Mr. Anand Mirani, please. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable insights. There was a slide in your presentation which mentioned about market entry barriers in Australia. Could you please elaborate on that specifically from the point of view of management consulting? Now, as you mentioned that management consulting is a huge potential in Australia. I mean, you specifically pointed out this particular service, and I am in that field. So I want to know from the point of view of market entry barriers, what are some things that I need to be careful of while approaching the Australian marketplace?
So any of the stable and organized market, there is always some rules, regulations, and conditions will be there. So if we consider that in any of the unorganized, I'm not comparing, but in Africa, there is a less kind of, compliance related to this consulting services, maybe quality parameters, and maybe so on and so forth. But if you enter into some of the developed market, then the regulatory development will be also there. Some of the quality concerns and parameter will be different from the other market, what we are dealing with. So we just need to be there. We need to be careful about that. Those are the benchmark will be definitely different compared to the other market. So we need to be, and it is kind of considered as an entry barrier. So any of the product, for example, if I want to export any of the product in Africa market, physical product, just for an example, there are less barriers.
Could you tell me specifically from management consulting, not product
I'm just
related.
coming to that point. So if we want to export any of the product in African market, the quality parameters will be different. But the same product, if we wish to export into the Germany or any of in the US market, the quality parameters will be different. Likewise, in the service sectors as well, whatever the services, can you share what are the very specific services you are into that?
So I'm offering management consulting services in business strategy design.
Right.
You are on mute.
So yes, in compared to now, you definitely. No, I'm not on mute. It's audible now.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, please. Sorry.
It's audible. Yes. So
yes.
In any of the organized and developed market, the entry barrier is always something different because the benchmark is already there. So you have to level up your game according to the market, and it is kind of an entry barrier is created. So in your specific to business strategy, you need to level up some of the basic expectations compared to the other organizations.
Okay, and as a market, is Australia open to outside business consultants for their own respective businesses?
Yes, definitely. If you see the business consulting services, and people are now coming to India for all kind of services. India is, if you compare the service export figures from year-on-year basis, right from 2005-6 or on an average, the average growth rate is more than 11 years. In today's newspaper only, there is a press note is developed, bite is there. So India's share of the services sector, it is almost near about expected. It's almost 800 billion, which is not total amount of present service and export, physical export.
Right. And my last question, sir, is that, like in India, management consulting is booming. Even the small businesses are reaching out to consultants to improve their businesses. What is the market scenario in Australia? Are they open to taking consulting services to, benefit their businesses?
Definitely. And in my perspective, we need to change ourselves that whether they are really open for it or not. Okay. They are really looking for us. We have the management expertise and management thought and processes is really different. I don't want, anyway, it's not a management discussions or debate. But people have observed that whatever the Western culture management system is there, it's broken or it's not working. So Indian management system is something really different.
Right. They are open to Indian management systems in their businesses in
Yes.
Australia? Okay.
Yeah, in everywhere. Ma'am, now
Okay.
everywhere. I'm also into the coaching business, so I know I have personal experience in few of the companies. They're really open for these Indian perspectives.
All
So
right.
just as I'm not, this is not anyway coaching sessions or something, but
Of
we need to
course.
believe in our system and our product and our services definitely there. So sell ourselves first, and then
Got
people will definitely buy it.
it. Got it. Got it. Thank you so much.
So the top five industries there in the Austria, that is one is telecommunication, second is infrastructure, information technology, travel, tourism, management consultancy, and professional advisory services. These are the top five industries there, and amazing potentials and amazing opportunities are there for the Indian advisory and consultant.
Got it. Thank you so much.
So you are not audible.
Yeah.
So you are not.
Can you hear me?
Mike sir, you are not audible.
Okay. Please go ahead with Vivek, sir.
Okay. Sir, my question is to Mr. Anand Mirani. I have got two questions which I will be simultaneously putting one after another. Now, of late, recently, I received a few $100 from a friend of mine in US for providing him some services over there. Okay, so and I was expecting that my bank will ask purpose code and all that before they credit it in my account. But to my surprise, they did not ask any purpose code. They credited my account with in INR. So now maybe this transaction has already happened, but for future transactions, similar future transactions, I want to show it as a services of export. So, and being a SEPC member, I have the IEC export import code number, RCMC, GSTIN number, everything I have. So the structure is already there. So how do I show this particular transaction which has happened, or future such transactions as my services exports? Can you just guide me on this? And second question also I will put simultaneously. We spoke about Australian market. Is there any process available like business directory or something where we can cold call possible clients over there? That is my second question.
Okay, so let's take one by one. And to answer your question, can I ask you one or two questions if it is possible?
Sure.
So whatever the payment received in your account, it credited into your business account or any other account?
Current account, sir. I have a
Current account only.
Yeah.
Okay. So and your account is with which bank?
Bank of Baroda.
Bank of Baroda. Okay. So that is a real surprise that otherwise in general bank definitely ask for the credit, and but if now bank have not asked.
Just a small question. Was it credited as NEFT RTGS? Was it converted by some other bank and gotten credited into your Bank of Baroda account in INR? So if it is an NEFT RTGS, some other intermediary bank would have converted and sent it as NEFT RTGS. In such case, your bank will not ask.
I will not be able to.
You will have to ask the bank to check if it has come from some other bank after conversion. So in that case, your bank would not have asked. So that is actually normal.
So bank has not asked in this case.
So in normal language, if I am remitting something in your account, RTGS, so you don't have any control, and it will straight away credited to an account. And for the normal RTGS, if it is credited rightly, Kishorji mentioned, if it is normal RTGS and the normal INR credit, bank will definitely don't ask.
Okay.
And bank will not aware that whether it is a, मतलब बैंक को पता नहीं चलेगा ना कि ये फॉरेन करेंसी से पेमेंट आया हुआ है, until unless if it is a foreign currency and converted, without your approval or something, then it's a matter of concern. So पहले आप check कर लीजिए कि whatever the payment, as Kishore ji rightly mentioned, it is really a foreign currency credited and bank have converted into the Indian currency, or straight away converted or RTGS Indian currency only. Whatever the case may be, please submit you just follow the what are the basic. Anyway, there is no specific form and format as we discuss about the SDF form or Softex forms related to this. But yes, you should have the all the informations and invoices with you for your particular transactions.
So
बस आप चेक कर लीजिए
I have to
regarding
check whether
जी
it is a direct RTGS by the party or some intermediary has converted it.
yes.
As a-
For example, your friend or your, I consider as in your client only. Your client have a transmitted dollar or foreign currency in one bank, and one that particular bank, intermediary bank have transferred, and within that process, one bank have directly transmitted Indian currency only, maybe through Vostro account. Yes, Kishore sir, right, sir. Maybe because of the Vostro account, the payment is directly into
Yes,
that
sir.
account.
Yes, sir. Very, very true.
तो
Very true.
वो वॉस्ट्रो अकाउंट से आपके अकाउंट में इंडियन करेंसी आया है, दैट इज स्ट्रेट अवे आरटीजीएस.
Okay.
Correct.
तो बैंकिंग चैनल विल नॉट
तो आप
गेट
एक
पॉप्ड
बार
अप.
check कर लीजिए. Yeah.
तो वो आपकी बैंकिंग चैनल में उनको अलर्ट ही नहीं आएगा, बिकॉज इट्स अ नॉर्मल इंडियन करेंसी.
Mhm.
एक बार चेक कर लीजिए, एंड इफ यू हैव एनी अदर चैनल, डेफिनेटली आई कैन कनेक्ट विथ यू आईसीआईसी बैंक और मे बी थ्रू एसईपीसी. वी कैन डेफिनेटली डिस्कस ऑन दिस, अगर आप पहले चेक कर लीजिए इसके बारे में, राइट. Second, that is related to the how you can find your markets. So my invitation to all of the people, that if you are into the services industry and your target market is LinkedIn, all of the international buyers, your service providers and target markets are there on the LinkedIn. Build your brand around LinkedIn, and there is no such maybe ACPC organizing some business delegations to a particular target market. So that is also one of the way that you can leverage your market there. और आप हमारा ऑस्ट्रेलिया में एम्बेसी है, it is there, and you can also ask for this service export importers or the potential trade and union associations. It is also, and nowadays every association, chambers or any other association, they have their digital presence there, and maybe they have their directories or platforms or any other thing. You can also pitch yourself, and you can also get the information from there itself. Indian Embassy in Australia, definitely they will help you out in getting some informations or any other thing. In specific to the with respect to product export, we are getting a really amazing support. Means my clients are there getting amazing supports and details about the importers from a particular market. So that is also definitely you'll get it. And please try to build your market through LinkedIn or any other social media platform, and add value into the system. Definitely people will get attracted to you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I think in the question message box, we have one question from Ms. Pramika Bharadwaj, ma'am. I think she belongs to Tata Consulting Engineers. So, Anansa, can you see her question? Shall I? Pramika, ma'am, are you there?
So it is not there on the chat box. It is where? Okay, sorry. It is then there in the Q&A. Okay.
Yes, in Q&A. So the
Pramika
question,
Bharadwaj ji, right?
yeah,
Pramika ji, right?
yeah, Pramika Bharadwaj.
So it is a question that any suggestion on way forward to set up in an entity in Australia. This would be a corporate registered entity. Yes, definitely. As per the master direction of exports of goods and services, if you go to the para C06, that is all about the setting up your offices abroad, and the acquisition of immovable property is also there. It's very simplified. You can also work with your company secretary and chartered accountant, but in terms of the RBI and FEMA guideline, it's very simplified. So yes, definitely you can think of, setting up a corporate structure and registered entity there as well. And yes, and then
This will be considered as a mode 3 of services exports.
yes, mode 3 of services. And Pramika, if you can mention about what specific industry you are looking for. So if it is of any of the 5 or 6
He's from
leading
Tata Consulting Engineers.
amazing opportunity of engineering solutions, telecommunications, it is also there, engineering services, consulting services also there. So yes, potential wise, it's really amazing. And anyway, you have the banner of Tata, the trust banner is already there. So definitely you should explore this. Very simplified process in there. I'm again repeating, para C06 of master direction. Please download master direction of exports of goods and services. You can download it from RBI website. And Mayankji, what I'll do that I'll be, sending with the PPT master direction of goods and services and import of goods and services both. So they will have a in ready. You
Sure,
just
sir.
go through that C06. It is setting up an offices abroad and acquisition of immovable property. So once you setting up the offices, that you may definitely buy some immovable properties there as well to run the office. So there are very simplified guidelines and instruction are there. You just go through it, and if you really are not able to, or maybe want to discuss more, definitely we can connect through SEPC.
I think she's unable to connect through audio due to some technical issues at her end. But she's having one more question, like if there is any specifics on engineering services export in the FTA between Australia and India.
Right. So I just need to go into detail about very specific engineering services. So I'll just note it down. So give me a second. Your question is related to this engineering service, right? Any specific entry or any specific condition related to FTA? I'll definitely going to that, and it's okay. It's your audio is not working. I'll send this opinion to SEPC and ICICI Bank. So sir, आप प्रमिका जी को forward कर देंगे, please. Right?
Okay. Yeah. Digambar, next, can we have Mr. Sudarshan Bothra ji? Are you there, sir? He has also mentioned some message in the Q&A. Would like to understand if we have scope of accounting and bookkeeping services in Australia for Indian firms. Are we required to have tie-ups with local CPA? How can we tap that market?
Sudarshan, you can ask question.
सुदर्शन सर को अनम्यूट कर दो दिगंबर.
हाँ जी सर, अनम्यूट कर दिया आपको.
Hello sir, hi sir.
Yes, Sudarshan ji.
Yes sir. So we are providing accounting and bookkeeping services for US and other countries. So are we required to have some local person in Australia for other compliances, or it's open to work from India for them also?
So regarding the compliance part, I am not aware, but it is my personal suggestions and just observation. The accounting procedures and compliance what we follow in India and what Australia and their legal system is something really different. For the initial system, definitely if you hire someone, that will be really a good for to establish your firm into that and understanding their nitty-gritty, the compliance part, regulatory part. And you can definitely, again, I'm just suggesting, definitely you will get someone based in Australia. You can definitely use the platform like LinkedIn.
Okay.
Definitely get something. And yes, for each and every one, accounting and bookkeeping services, it's really booming like anything for all over the world for specific to Indian book accounting management services.
Okay. So there's a lot of scope there.
Yes. It's, you must have observed that account bookkeeping services specific to USA and specific to the other part and specific to Australia.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir. That's all from.
Okay. So the next you can unmute Mr. Sushil Kumar.
Yes, sir. We have environmental consultant. What type of services we can offer in Australia? We are environmental consultant.
Sir, you are into
Environmental consultant. EIL, NABL certified lab. We have environmental consultant.
Yes, in this management consultancy, yes, definitely there is a huge scope for every organizations, and environment awareness. It's far more. The environment is really means the eco. What we can say, the awareness about the environment consultancy is more in Australia. So definitely there is an advised in consultancy services will be definitely there. You just need to understand and go through this environment conditions and the parameters and whatever they are following, and it will be definitely available from any of the portal. There is a real good environment opportunity. And you must have heard about some of the leading business owners. They are their big coal project is stuck because of this environmental conditions only.
Yes, thanks.
Yes, and many other management consulting services as leadership, business management, HR, and all kind of services. Now, if you observe that all small kind of business owner or very micro business owners, they are approaching management consultant for the development and growth, or maybe changing the shift of the orbit. They are very open for learning and implementation.
Remember, the next one is Pramod Kumar Lada, Mr. Pramod Kumar Lada, sir. So you can unmute Sushilji and unmute Pramod, sir, please.
Done, sir.
Thank you, friends. So, myself Pramod Ladda, and I am an insolvency bankruptcy professional doing the practice here. And we run the portal called companybecho.com for the purpose of mergers and acquisitions. So, on this particular perspective, I want to know that is there any platform available in Australia with whom we can have the tie-up or any opportunities for the Make in India proposals or investment proposals where ready business are there who wants to expand, and where Australian company are willing to come as a JV partner, etc. So that is my question, or whether SEPC is arranging such types of any collaboration event, or can we send any delegates for the having the association where we can bring the money into the India for the M&A purpose, especially buying and selling ready businesses. So that is my question.
Okay, so I would like to answer first this. Pramod sir, that being a Services Export Promotion Council, we are organizing various buyer-seller meets where we are taking the Indian companies delegation to the different geographical regions in the world. And we have almost covered the African region, the CIS region in the past. And definitely in near future, we are also coming up to cover the other regions as well, like Australia, New Zealand, ASEAN, and Latin American countries. So definitely we'll keep you posted regarding this.
And just adding to what Sir is saying, definitely, SEPC is organizing various event and B2B delegation. Definitely, they will be instrumental. In the meantime, please connect with the Indian embassies there in Australia. And they will be maybe, the good connect for, connecting such organization like what we have, NCLT or any other organization, or many other opportunities are already there. So that could be a possibility of, they may have a direct connect, or they may know the very specific organization.
We are organizing all these delegations with the kind assistance and support of all our Indian embassies present in different.
Yes. Right. So it will be there itself. But in the जब तक ये ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं होता है, तब तक आप यहाँ पर आप अपने हिसाब से you can start working on your own.
Yeah, definitely. You can always keep us in loop also. And while being a member, it's our duty to serve you 360 regarding all these matters.
Correct. And many times it's seen that when we are approaching to the embassy, especially we are not able to get any answer or response from the embassy people. Might be for them, whatever questions we are raising, say for example, there might be good opportunity there, or Indian investors are there who are having the money, manpower, marketing, etc. Only thing is that they are looking for particular technology, say for example. So, but when we are approaching to the embassy, not able to get the satisfactory answer. So in such situation, the opportunity may be lost. So how to tackle this thing then?
What you are trying to ask are whether you have the information regarding the opportunity or you would like to have the information regarding the opportunity from embassy.
Both things. When we are into business, we are always having the both the things, left side and right side.
Mhm. Okay, so see, the best is that if you have the opportunity in your hand, you can have definitely a hand of our embassies present there for their guidance. But of course, if you're not getting the responses on time, it must be due to some technical glitches or the busyness of the officials there. So maybe you can go through a route through us also. We will definitely also going to push it from our side also as well, that how fast and best solution you can have it on the.
Appreciating, correct. Thank you.
Digambar, the next is Dr. LP Sharma. Dr. LP Sharma, you unmuted. Yes, sir, please go ahead with your question. Dr. LP Sharma, sir, are you there? You are not audible. So you are not audible.
Hello.
Yeah, a little voice has come now.
Hello.
Yes, please.
It's audible now.
I'm saying it's thanks for this event. It's a great opportunity for all of us.
Welcome.
I am basically running an advisory company. I'm very well connected. We are trying to enter in different, but sometimes it's difficult to ensure the payment. Because we are sitting across the.
Sharma sir, LP Sharma sir,
Yeah.
your voice is breaking. We are not able to hear properly.
Hello.
Yes, now it seems audible. Please.
But I'm saying sometimes it's difficult to know the authenticity of the customer about the payment part. So how we can safeguard our payment in case we are going for a customer?
So if I reiterate your question, that is related to the safety of the security of your payment, right? Risk management, right. So specific to the service industry, that you need to redesign your contracting terms first. Second, whenever you are starting a business with any of the client, and if you don't have a clarity or if you really don't know about them, so make sure that your contracting should be very structured. And this is my general observation, whether you are exporting a product or services. I observed that in India, we don't have a basic or generic contracting system as well. If somebody is, asks us, and straight away we give some basic offer, and there is no clarity about what to do, what not to do, what is included, what is not included, and in some of the condition, what will be done. So basic, you should have the clarity of the scope of services and contracting and structured contract. Specific or related to risk and risk management, there are few organizations that they will give you the basic background and the fact check or the solvency of the organizations. like DNB and the other platforms are there, but they seems to be very costly. But there are few organizations based in Mumbai, so they provide. I don't know. I don't have any personal interaction, but the organization name that is Mira Infotech. So they provide the solvency report for the almost every part of the world, and they will give you the clarity about the solvency and make sure that your payment terms should be according to the managing your risk as well. So maybe it is there that a particular portion should be in advance and rest of the payment before the delivery, or maybe in service of or any of the product, or especially to the services. You will not deliver services code or something until unless you don't get the payment.
Thank you, Dave.
And fact check and the solvency report, it's also really helpful that and it's really very cost effective, maybe hardly 10 to 15,000 rupees in general. I'm not sure about the Australia, but you will get the fair idea that how the client solvent or not, and any other legal issues are there or not. So basic brief idea would be that definitely you'll get it.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks. Okay, so is there anyone else who have any questions? Can please raise hands. I think last message in the Q&A box is from Mr. Sushil Kumar. Are there any tender website for Australia to get such business? So I would like to recommend go for worldbusiness.com. You can refer this particular website to have any sort of business related with your services. So anyone else with the questions, please? Yes, sir.
So if any other people know her, though, there is some special note is given by that is related to printing service. So once everything is there, we'll definitely discuss on this. So just waiting.
I'm not sure whether that particular Mr. Sir is here who has raised this question. Let me see. Let me check. SNJ. Okay. So Vishal Telkar, Mr. Vishal Telkar, are you here? I don't think so, sir. He has joined.
Okay, but anyway, as a part of general interest is also there. So yes, there is a huge potential of the this services that is related to the printing and the book designing and many other things. And it majority of time it combined with the services export and the product export both together. So sometimes if someone came with the, some raw draft of the book and they'll ask for the compiling and the digital designing of the book. So it comes as in designing of the export of the services. But at the same time, if they ask for the printing as well and delivering the hard copy of the books as well. So it will be considered as an physical export, but it's a combination of the service export and the physical export both. And yes, there is a huge potential of this service of the printing product. Nowadays, there is another dimension that is the designing of the same as well. So it's not limiting to the store designing, any other brochure designing, graphic designing is also there, so on and so forth. So that is very specific to printing and the services related to printing. A huge opportunity, very specific to India and Australia and all over the world. In Rajkot and Ahmedabad itself, I'm knowing few of the people. They have a very big offset printing structure, and they are exporting brochures, catalogs, books, and many other things to Africa. This is what I observed it. So yes, definitely. Day before yesterday, Palanji shared about it. So I think very specific that I need to share it. Please explore. These are the opportunities, and it is really not practical that we feel that people are going for the Fiverr and everything. But who are the people they go for the Fiverr? Very less people. But the organization and the enterprises and the small business owner, definitely they look for the organized and structured company. They can provide some good solutions. So definitely there is a real good potential for this services and the physical product service. It's a combination of service export plus physical product export as well, in both ways. And Mayanji, if this particular person they need to discuss something, so you have my number. So we can definitely have a conference call on this. So
sure.
I'm really open for this.
Yeah, thank you very much. So now we have a last question from, I think, Miss Soumya GV. Are you there, ma'am? Digambar, kindly please unmute. Yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. It was a nice session, sir. Now, I just wanted to check. I work for a company called Infocon International Limited. We are into data conversion business. Now, here, our MD is led by a woman, and 70% of our team is women. Now, do our government, Indian government, do they provide any certificate as such, to encourage or, to put further telling that it is a women-driven company?
Soumyaji, voice is not there. We are not able to hear anything from your side.
Is this better? Can you hear me?
Now it's audible, ma'am. We really lost you.
Okay. Now I work for a company called Infocon International. We are into data conversion business. Now our leader here, she's a woman, and we have around 750 employees. Now 70% of the employees are women. Now I just wanted to check if our government, do they provide any certificate that can be, presented to any of our clients mentioning it's a women-driven company. Do we have such facility?
I think we do have some specific schemes under the Startup India, if I'm not wrong, sir. So you can anytime, ma'am, check the Startup India website, and I hope that your query will be enthused.
So, can I ask a further related question? When your company is established?
1992.
Sorry?
1992.
Oh, okay. So in the recent Startup India scheme, if you know, recently there's been extended that if it is led by the women entrepreneurs or the DIPPT scheme is also there. In fact, our own company is also approved by the Startup India scheme, and there are many other benefits related to that. I'm not aware about very specific any of the certificate. It is there that it is led by or the majority stake is there of the women entrepreneurs.
Okay.
So there is no certificate as such specific. If I'm not wrong, Mayankji, right? There is no specific that it is women. But if you observe that Bajaj is also there, one of the company that this entire manufacturing floor or the plant is led by the female engineers. Yes, you can share some of the campaigns and every other information on the different social media platforms, and that could be the a touch point or the area where people can aware. If you are doing it, my sincere request and invitation to you that please spread that yes, this is a woman-led organization and majority is female staff is there.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
I think
sure.
there are few schemes where if the percentage of women employees in any organization is more than 51%, so there are already few schemes being devised by the government of India. So you can definitely can check it on the Startup India website also, or the Ministry of Women and Child Development sort of websites.
Sure. Thank you. I had one more question, last question. Now, how is the market for data conversion or those data, relating to data mining, back office support? So, do we have enough opportunities in the Australia?
So entry level BPO services, I'm not sure because the other markets like the Philippines and the African markets, they are more competitive than. But if it is more on the value adding or maybe related to the KPO kind of thing, value added services, then definitely there is a market.
Okay, sir. Sure. Thank you.
Okay, so is there anyone else who would like to ask any questions? Okay, so no more hands up there. So I think it's time to close the things. So ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of SEPC, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude for your presence at this insightful webinar on emerging opportunities in Australia for services exporters. And we are immensely honored to have had the opportunity to host Mr. Anand Mirani ji once again, and who graciously shared his expertise and enlightened us on today's topic. We extend our sincerest appreciation to him for his captivating and informative presentation. We greatly value the time and effort he has invested in sharing his expertise with us, along with the ICICI Bank. We would also like to express our gratitude to ICICI Bank for supporting us in today's webinar, and to all the participants, especially who attended this webinar today. Your presence and active engagement contributed significantly to the success of this event. Furthermore, we extend our thanks to Mr. Deshraj, Mr. Digambar, and the entire organizing team for their meticulous planning and flawless execution of this webinar. Last but not least, we must acknowledge the support and encouragement extended to us by our DG, Dr. Abhay Sinha ji. Thank you all for your presence and contributions. We look forward to future endeavors that will continue to broaden our knowledge and empower us to excel in our respective fields. Please be assured to have both PPT and the recording link for your kind perusals in due course of time from my team. One more thing, I would like to bring in a notice about our upcoming HR training cum facilitation program on efficiency to effectiveness. Digambar, can we have it on the screen, please? Actually, actually, this is a one-day program which will focus on the working together, emotional intelligence, smartness, mindset of creating possibilities, and communication excellence, which is going to take place on 9th of May, 2024, from early morning 9:30 a.m. till 5 p.m. in the Park Hotel in New Delhi. So please register in advance and do join this upcoming masterclass to learn to increase your efficiency and hence become effective to escalate productivity of your organization or for your organization. As everyone knows, efficiency leads to effectiveness. And one more thing, a special discount to all present in today's webinar on first come first serve basis, as seats are limited. So kindly do think over it. And once again, a big thank you to all of you, and have a nice day ahead.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all of you.